Hey guys, welcome back to Chasing Junk. I'm Tyler, and this is going to be a mailbag for April of 2025, and I'm going to explain why I do the mailbags, how I get the money for my products, and what I'm currently chasing. So first, I made a list of the junk that I'm chasing, and some of it's toys, some of it's baseball cards, some of it's like a music collection, artwork. So I chase a lot of junk, and the reason I call it junk is it's stuff that's valuable to me, but not so valuable to other people. So like with baseball cards, it's the junk wax era from 1986 to 1992, where the cards were overproduced, but there's sentimental value there, and you can find a few diamonds in the rough. But I just love the chase. Well, I've started to get more and more into nostalgia, so I've started generating lists, and one of my big goals for 2025 was to come up with a master list of everything I want to collect in the different categories. The way I fund this is I have a side hustle where I do product reviews online. I have a YouTube channel called Reviews of Cool Stuff, and I have another YouTube channel called Creator Side Income where I talk about how I do those product reviews. And I actually make over $5,000 a month doing product reviews. Now, I don't spend that $5,000 on the junk that I'm chasing. I use that to buy investments or to pay down debt or to go on family vacations, that kind of stuff. But what I decided is one area of product reviews is doing sponsored reviews. And so people send me products and they pay me so much to review those products. And I get about 10 to 20 products each month. Most of those products pay anywhere between $30 and $50 a review. So I'll make a few $100s a month. And what I decided was I'll take half of my earning each month and submit that to my normal bank account to pay for normal things. And I'll take the other half of that small area of my side hustle income to chase junk. And so it tends to be a few $100s a month that I have to buy stuff. And so I've already taken things out of the box. I have some previous months that I'll post at some point, but I wanted to show you what I got this month. So first piece of junk, 1990 Fleer baseball. This might be the least valuable set of baseball cards. You can get a box like this for $15, but then you're going to pay a little on shipping and stuff. So paying $25 for a box like this isn't bad. The packs look like this, and there are no chase cards in this set. There's nothing worth more than $5. So you're not going to get much, but you can open these boxes. And the reason I have this box is I'm collecting the whole junk wax era of boxes. So from 1986 to 1991 or 92, I have every box of Topps, Fleer, and Don Ross, and then I started adding in Upper Deck as they came around, a little bit of Score, etc. I don't have the entire set yet, but this chase is almost concluded. I almost have all the junk wax from the era. So I did get this in on the baseball side. For basketball, I got a couple boxes that I was missing. One is the 91-92 Upper Deck, and this is I can't remember if this is low or high series. I think this is the low series, and then I already have the high series. So this completes my 91-92 basketball. From the 90-91 basketball, I needed the low series NBA hoops. So I got this one. I already have series 2, and so I'm actually, of all the junk wax basketball, I think I'm only missing 2 boxes, and one of them's a little bit more expensive. I don't go all the way back to 86 with Fleer basketball because those are wicked expensive. That's the Jordan rookie. And so I really started in 1990, but I think I want to try to get the 89-90 Fleer, and that costs a few $100s. So that's something I'm missing. And then I'm missing Skybox 1991. That's the second year of Skybox, the high series. And that's a little bit more expensive as well. That's going to be like $100 to $150. So I'm only missing a couple of my basketball wax boxes, and I have duplicates of some of those boxes, and that's what I'll be opening over the next several months while I continue to collect the series. I also got a few graded cards, and so I'll show you the couple. I have a few more on route, so I'll include that in next month's opening, but I got 3 cards that I can show you now. With graded cards, I collect Garbage Pail Kids and then Junk Wax Baseball and Vintage, but I don't get a lot. And my goals for this year, I've actually already hit my goals, and I have a few displays that I've showed in other videos of my different collections. But this is Madonna, or Mad Donna. This is from Series 2 of Garbage Pail Kids, and Series 2 is probably my favorite series from 1985. Series 1 is pretty cool too, but it's a lot more expensive to get those cards. These ones I can get, you can grab, this is only a PSA 6, and it probably cost me about 20 bucks. For a PSA 9 or 10, it's going to run you $50 to $100 in Series 2, but for Series 1, you have to multiply that by 3 or 4. And so I love that my favorite artwork from all Garbage Pail Kids is Series 2 and also Series 3, and so I kind of collect those. I also got 2 more cards from Series 2, and this might be my favorite card in all of Garbage Pail Kids. It is your Jolted Joe and Live Mike. I prefer the Live Mike, which is the B card, and I already own Live Mike. It's up on my display here in my office, but there was a good deal on purchasing these as a set. These are, again, just PSA 6s. They didn't cost much. I got a discount by buying them together. So I'm going to gift one of them to my son, who also collects Garbage Pail Kids, with me. And then the other one I'll put up in my display so I'll have both Jolted Joe and Live Mike up in my display. So pretty cool to get these 2 cards as well. The last thing I got, and this was definitely an indulgence. This is something I'd normally wait for Christmas or my birthday, but I'm too excited about it. So I got the box and I'm going to open it up for you. I don't buy a lot of toys from the 80s, but what I found is toys from the 80s cost about what they cost then, or maybe up to double. And what I got this time was, and this is what I do with my 80s toys. So you'll notice I have some Thundercats back here. I was a poor kid. I didn't have enough money to collect Thundercats when I was a kid. I did have some He-Man and some G.I. Joes, but I never had Thundercats. And so as an adult, I thought that would be fun to get. And when I started collecting these 15 years ago, you could purchase an action figure for about 10 bucks, which was not too much more than they cost back in the 80s. They were about 5 or 6 bucks back then. And so I got most of the base Thundercats figures. I'm only missing a handful now. They're the more expensive ones. But there were other things that I collected, like Transformers. And one of the Transformers that I never had as a kid but always wanted is this one. This is Soundscream, I believe, and it's a cassette player, which I love because it's kind of symbolic of the 80s. Now, I could probably figure out how to actually transform it and set it up, but I think I'm going to leave it in this form. The cool thing about this particular Transformer is it actually comes with, and I don't know if I can actually eject this and make it come out. Maybe I'll have to play around with it. I'm just opening. Oh, look at that. So you can push the button and actually open the cassette deck. That is so cool. Soundscreen came with 2 cassettes, and I got this on eBay for about $100, and it actually came with both cassettes, and so I found like that was a good deal. So here's one cassette, and if you transform this, it's gonna be another little transformer. That's cool that it just pops in. Go back in. I'll have to figure that out. But I got this cassette and I got this one, which I think also came with it. It's got the little transformer sticker there. Let's see if I can actually put this in. That would be so cool. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I don't know if it will close. And that's the thing with these old used toys is they don't always work very well. I get them more for display. You see, I love to have things on display here in my office, but I got that one in. And then one of the ones, so those were the 2 that came with Soundscream, but you could also get this one separately. I think this is like, it transforms into an animal, which is cool. And then it looks like, this one, and I wasn't anticipating this also came with the accessories. So it comes with all the different things that we can add to it. So when it is in robot shape, these are like add-ons, and I believe this is his gun. But I have all the things. So now I can put this on display. I'll probably put it up on one of my bookshelves somewhere. Really excited about getting Soundscream from the early 80s. This is when I was a small child, and it's just a cool display piece. So this was my mailbag for April. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of a GPK mailbag for April 2025. If you've been on this channel, you know that one of the things I collect, in addition to trading cards and 80s nostalgia toys and stuff like that, is I have this little GPK collection where I mostly collected as a kid in 2nd and 3rd series, so that's kind of what I target now as an adult. I'm trying to complete a few sets from those early original series, and then I love the artwork, and so I've made this display where I can put 35 slabs. I'm not getting the real valuable expensive ones, but as you can see, I've got a few good ones. They're all just low grade, and they're mostly for me. This isn't for the value, this is for having cards and, you know, being able to collect something that I enjoy and that looks cool up on the wall. With that said, I told you it was a mailbag. Let's open our mailbag. So about 10 of those in my display case are either duplicates or things that I'm not really excited about. So I'm still continuing to collect. I got 4 slabs this month, and I have about 10 more that I'm shooting for to have a curated, really nice display. I had a few awesome successes as I bid on things on eBay this last couple months, and a few mishaps. So the first one that I'm going to show you is a card I really wanted, but I mistakenly bid on a UK mini version instead of the original series, which is why I was the top bid and got such a good deal. So I love the card, Looney Lenny, and I got it in a high grade at a 9. This cost me about 30 bucks, which wasn't worth it, but I'm happy to add this to my collection. I do actually have quite a few of the UK Series 1 in a binder, but this is my first slabbed UK card. So kind of, mixed bag on that. The next card here, I didn't even know about until recently. I was going through all the series 4 through 15 to kind of see if there were cards in there that I liked, if I wanted to add to my display. And my number 1 card for those later series was one that's called GPK. And so it's just a sticker card on a sticker card. And I just think this is really cool. I got this in a PSA 8, so pretty good. I think it cost me about 20 bucks. It's not worth 20 bucks, but it's a nice little art piece. And so I'm excited to add this to my collection. My next one is one that was also in the higher series. This is, I believe, in series 5 or 7, somewhere in there, 5 to 7. This is, if you know Garbage Pail Kids, you know that this is a really popular card because there's an error variant where they do something weird with the number. It's like a different color or something, or it's not there at all. This is the non-error card. This is just the common card. It's in a PSA 9, and I got it again because I like the artwork. I think this is a cool looking card. This one costs a little bit more than the other ones. I think this was like 35 bucks, but it's a pretty nice card. Finally, my last card here, and you can maybe see from the back, this is a grail card. It's in a very low grade, and I didn't think I'd be able to get one for under $100, but for $85, I got the Garbage Pail Kid that everyone wants, atom bomb. And I have a bunch of ungraded atom bombs. I have 3 or 4, and I have 5 or 6 blasted billies. So I've always had that as part of my collection. Now I have a PSA 3, a low grade atom bomb, which will, definitely go in the display. Something I'm excited about. This is the brand of Garbage Pail Kid. Obviously, this is the artwork that they used on the wrappers for the first several series, like the first 5 series all had this on the wrapper. And so growing up and opening those wrappers from series 2, series 3, series 4, this is what I was looking at. I never had one of these as a kid. I think it was relatively desirable even then, but now this is the card of the series. You get this in a PSA 10 and it's worth thousands of dollars. And so this is a great card. I'm excited that I got it relatively cheap bidding on eBay, and this will go up in the display. So fun month bidding on and getting a few slabs from Garbage Pail Kids. Looking into May, I'll probably try to get another couple boxes of wax. I'm getting a few more Garbage Pail Kids and a few sports cards, and then we'll see about maybe adding to my toy collection as well. So stay tuned for that video next month. A lot of it depends on how hard I work between now and then to make extra money so I can get some of these cool collectibles. All right, talk to you again soon. Bye.